chef and owner Natasha Quan of Station 3 Gastropub here in St. Louis. And we also have another special guest who'll be coming in later on, Plant Based Tea from Instagram and YouTube, who likes to share vegan recipes and a nice, great cookbook. So, with that being said, good afternoon, Miss Natasha Quan.
Hello, glad to be here.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm still learning the sound effects. I don't know where to. That's what I was looking for. Oh, I'm sorry. We were muted. But now we are not muted, and thank you for showing up this afternoon here on Tequila and Tofu, our second episode with our special guest, chef and owner of Station 3 St. Louis Gastropub, Miss Natasha Quan.
Hello.
That's laughter for the host. And a special shout out to our special co-host this morning, my lovely wife, the Curly Vegan.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And once again, like I said, we'll be joined by Plant Based Tea from Chicago later on. Well, let's get to our special guest, Miss Quan. How you feeling today?
I am feeling fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. And once again, I want to give you a congratulations for winning that award that you had posted a couple of weeks ago. I know it was, what was it? Was it Best Chef?
Best Chef, St. Louis, Missouri.
Best Chef in St.
Yeah,
Louis.
by St. Louis.
Now, are you from St. Louis? Where exactly are you from?
Oh, man, an hour south, Potosi, Missouri.
wow.
You know where the prison is?
Yeah.
But actually, it's not
unfortunately, I
in
do know.
Potosi. It's in Mineral Point, but they don't have a post office, so Potosi it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Small town,
Very
America,
small town.
right in the middle of Missouri.
Route 21.
Yeah, yeah.
Tesson Ferry turns into Route 21, if anyone
Yeah.
didn't know that. How long have you guys actually been in business?
So Frida's opened over 12 years ago. Yeah,
Okay.
we opened in July 2012.
Okay.
So Station has been open over 2 years. We're on our third restaurant, almost fourth, and the days just kind of, I don't know anymore. So I think we opened in May 2022.
Now, did you guys already have a flex menu at Frida's?
Absolutely not.
Oh, so
Nope.
what made you turn to that?
Well, COVID was a big eye opener, and as more and more people in plant-based kind of got on the map, everyone became our competitor. So we could no longer compete and be fiscally in the right place without bringing flex onto the menu.
Okay.
And this also allowed people to be around the table together to eat, which is so important because sharing a meal is really important. It's important
Right.
to families, it's important to communities, friendships, that kind of thing. So we would see, especially after COVID, we'd get a group of 6 people walking into Frida's and, well, Uncle John doesn't have anything to eat because there's no chicken or no whatever. And he's like, absolutely not. We are not going here. And you see that so many times.
Right.
And we're already at a loss with COVID, and we, worked our butts off to stay in business. So we were just like, this is how we're going to have to change. It's a business. It's not, it's what I love, but at the end of the day, it's, are you able to stay in business and make money?
Correct. That is so true. One question that I'd like to ask, that I like to ask different business owners, and you kind of answered it in a way. Why vegan cooking? Why choose that route?
Oh, because it's the route I follow. I'm not vegan anymore. I'm pescatarian, but when we started out, I was primarily vegan. So this has been a journey for over 30 years. at that time, St. Louis really didn't have anything. And this is going back to like 2012, 2011. And we also started with raw. So I used to be a raw foodist. And, that trend has come and gone. And, now you really can't find a lot of raw food, restaurants and things. But, yeah, it was just what I wanted to do for 20 years. It was a dream.
Yeah, I saw in your post when you said you started being a vegetarian when you were 9.
Yeah, and I'm
Wow.
going to be 51 in a few weeks.
You
So
look great for your age, by the way.
thank you. So yeah, back then, there was nothing back then as a child. It was like, okay, well, I'm not eating that. So my mom learned how to like do lentils and, made sure I got my vegetables and my protein. So I was really, really grateful for that experience.
That is so wonderful. That is very wonderful. Because you never find really too many kids at that age who have the mental capability to make that dietary choice.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. And I lived in rural America. At this point in my childhood, I lived in Gilman, Illinois, which is about an hour, I think, south of Chicago. I don't even remember. I wasn't driving at that time. But Michael Jackson, I kid you not, Michael Jackson was like my idol as a kid. He and Lionel Richie. And, that's back in the day. This is in the 1980s when Michael Jackson was everything. And he
Right.
was vegetarian. And I read every article. I mean, I was one of those obsessed kids, and I was like, "Wow, that's a role model for me." And then, being in a small, very very small farming community, I had a lot of friends that had farms, and one of my friends they did milk, and they also had veal calves. And I came home from spending the night with my girlfriend, and I was like, nope, not eating meat ever again. Not doing it. And my mom's like, yeah, whatever. When I was 40, she was still like, it's just a phase, Natasha. And I'm like, I don't think it is, Mom.
Right, pretty much. Now, what has been the public/vegan community like response to your business?
Oh,
Or businesses, I should say.
There were some haters in the beginning, like, oh, you shouldn't serve this. And and I easily responded. I'm like, then you go take your money and you open up your own place and you make your own menu. I don't care. Like, go do it. Go find the several $100,000 or $500,000 to go open up your own place.
Right.
This is business. This isn't like, it's either you stay in business or you don't. So this is my livelihood. So, yeah. But we've been welcomed, and what's so fun is, especially having a flex menu, we allow more people in. Not allow, but more people are accepting of us. And they're like, okay, I'll try it. And then they're like, oh, this is your most popular. Yeah, the station burger. It's, just try it. And then they're like floored. So it's taking, like what you said earlier, the vegan curious, and like they could order turkey, they could order fish, whatever. But they're like, I'm going to try this, and holy crap, it's actually good.
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
it's really great to see those people like change their mindset. Yeah.
right.
It's really cool.
Yeah, we got some pictures playing on the screen here for people who can who'll be looking in on YouTube or Instagram, not Instagram, but on YouTube. We got some various pictures from when we came and visited the restaurant. Or if anyone wants to call in today, 515-599-1687, 515-599-1687. But yeah, this was supposed to be like a slideshow of videos of food and pictures and food that we came and ate. I was going to ask you, with what you already said, what your best selling item is.
Station burger. And it's the best selling item at Frida's, which is crazy. I mean, Frida's was a burger and fry joint. That's what allowed us to open up Diego's, what allowed us to open up Station. And so we brought the Station burger because a lot of people aren't going to travel. They're just not going to go down to Benton Park. It's a long drive. And the Station burger, yeah, hands down. I didn't like it when I developed it. And my whole staff was like, you're nuts. This is the best burger I've ever tasted. And now I think it's the best burger I've ever made.
Now, what exactly, for people who don't really know, what's the exact definition of a gastropub?
Well, we're changing it. So, Gastropub is just like a bar grill,
Okay.
like a place that serves alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
It's used a lot in Europe, but now because we're opening up in Kirkwood next month, where it says Gastropub, that's now our location identifier. So we'll say station number 3, Benton Park, station number 3, Kirkwood.
Right. Yeah, I
And
was just
so
going to say, for people who don't know, when you hear her saying these different restaurant names, they actually have 3 different restaurants right now. You have Station 3 Gastropub, which is in South St. Louis, on Utah and Wisconsin.
Yes.
Then you have Frida's and Diego's, which is in University City, on the corner of North and South and Delmar.
Correct.
And you just said you had a 4th location that's opening in Kirkwood.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's
And
great.
that's a big one. That's big.
Oh, okay.
Really big. 7
I'm
days a
excited.
week, we're hoping. And then we're doing breakfast on Saturdays and Sundays.
Oh, I was
Nice.
just about to ask about breakfast.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, skillets. We have this. I'm sure you've seen it online. We have a new vegan sunny side up egg. It is absolutely phenomenal. Tastes like egg. You break the yolk. It's so sexy. It's so good. It's so tasty. We're doing vegan donuts. We're doing shakes. Yeah. So this space will allow us to do a lot more just because it's massive in size. And we also have a drive-through. We're not going to do a drive-through. We're doing an like online mobile order pickup.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So, it gets a little chilly in St. Louis. Don't have to get out of your car.
Yeah.
Curly, you got
Yeah.
anything you want to ask her?
So with the vegan sunny side up, is
Yeah.
that your own creation or are you partnering with someone?
Oh, it is not my creation, and I would never be able to do that. So it's made by Yo,
Okay.
which is based in Israel. And so I go to the NRA show, and I know, not guns, people, National Restaurant Association. I swear to God, they really need to change their name. But they launched, Yo was first at the show in 2023, and I wasn't able to acquire the product. And now, 2024, we went to the show. They were still in business. I'm like, oh my God. And now they can now sell.
That is so
Yeah,
good.
so it is so good.
Nice.
So good.
Now, most of the things that are on the menu at Station 3, are you coming up with these recipes, or that's what I'm saying? Is this something like from your mindset, or you grab them from somewhere and then you apply them?
It's all me.
All
I
you.
wish to God. I'm hiring an executive sous chef, please. Like, it's so hard to find a sous chef or executive sous chef. Like, you can find cooks, but like someone that's passionate about creating, especially plant-based, it's really difficult.
Yeah.
Really difficult. Yeah. So, yeah, but it's me for all 3 restaurants.
Now, what I know you got to go soon. What's one thing that you can let people know, any advice as far as looking to get into business?
Oh my goodness. Pay attention to taxes because you'll owe a lot. And you're taxed on, your employees. So when you're doing payroll, that was like when I first did payroll, I was like, oh my God, there's like another $3,000 gone. What the hell is happening?
Yeah.
And make sure you have enough cash. So I've talked to a lot of people. They're like, oh yeah, I'm going to open and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to do this and do that. And I'm like, you don't pay yourself. Like, you do not pay yourself until everyone else gets paid and all the bills get paid.
Right.
Like when Frida's opened, I was still working. I had 2 jobs. Like I would clock out. I would not clock out. I don't clock in, but, I worked at a bar, Roxanne's in Clayton. So I would close the kitchen up and go straight to Roxanne's, clock in at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and bartend.
I understand.
So, and then I did artwork for another person that I worked for several years. And, don't think it's a 9-to-5 job. This is a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week. And if your friends are saying you're such a good home cook, you should totally open up your restaurant. No, go work in a restaurant.
Right.
Because owning a restaurant and being an operator is totally different than being able to cook at home. Like, I'm not a very good cook at home. I don't have a $100,000 kitchen at home. I have an oven that's not even convection. Like, I didn't know ovens didn't come in convection. How stupid am I? But I was like,
Me
oh my
neither.
God, like, I'm the worst home cook. But, you know, put me in with all the goodies in a restaurant, and I'm great at it. But I've been doing restaurants for 30 something years, 34, something like that. Yeah.
That's a lot of experience.
It's a lot of time, yeah. It's but I love it. Clearly, and you have to love it. You have
Right.
to love it, and we're all crazy in the restaurant industry. Like there's always a fire, and that's where we strive. Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys got just at Station 3 alone, there's a lot of things going on. I remember the first time I went it like it's like almost like a drive-by. I went in the afternoon, and matter of fact, me and you
I
had
think I talked to you.
yeah, we had a
Yeah,
conversation that day, and I
yeah.
was like, I'm coming back later on tonight. That's the day we came back
Yeah.
and did the review, and I'm like, yeah, it was a lot of things going on. We at the pickup window, and then but it lets you know, like you said, the difference between owning and just being at a restaurant, because there's a lot of things that go on in the background.
There's so much. It's multitasking fun.
No, yeah, one thing that, like we were talking about before, and I want you to chime in as well. That's like we brought up the hostess at Frida's. I was letting her know about her. She was saying her name was Elise, because I can remember her name.
Elise.
But I was letting her know about how we had that same kind of experience at X Market in Chicago. It was a lady. She worked at Tacos El Hongos, El Magicos. It's a long name, but she was the same as Elise. Whereas when you're not there, you want to know that someone really is looking after your business, and they actually come off like it's theirs. They care that much, and just a big shout out to Elise, because she was very thorough and very nice.
Oh, she's amazing. Like, and it's so great. We have a lot of people on our team like that, and that's why I've been able to be so successful. Is because I have a team I can rely on, and they take that ownership. They really care about it. And that's another thing with owning your own business. You have to set the culture, and it comes from the top. So you ever go into a restaurant and everyone's an asshole? Can I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It comes from the top. I mean, we go to restaurants and it's like everyone is angry. It's like, who manages this place? Oh my God, that's the manager? No wonder everyone is angry. There's not one happy person here. Like, if
Right.
someone comes into any of our restaurants, like an employee, and they're not happy, we're like, take it out or leave.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
that energy, it's not going to fly
wanted.
here. It's not allowed.
And it shows. And also just the general. There are pictures. The general ambiance in each different restaurant, especially at Frida's and Diego's. That's the first thing that we noticed. At Frida's, that was the first one we went to, right? The flowers on the table.
Yeah.
Just
Fresh flowers.
Yeah, fresh flower. Yeah, fresh flowers on the tables. Just everything, just how it was put together. The artwork, just anything that you can imagine. It was a lot of attention to detail.
Yeah.
That's what we noticed, just sitting around looking and waiting. Not to mention, the food comes out very fast and hot, but just the attention to detail, the small details, just that people have to notice or would notice while they're talking, waiting on their food, or even
So
having
nice.
their
We took a picture.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Because so
The
many
live
people
plants.
don't notice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
the
that.
live plants, the flowers, that is
Yes.
our brand. And, we want those things to shine because that's what should shine. That's what, we serve plants. And we respect the earth, and we respect everything that's living, and that's what we should be doing. So
Right.
Yes.
I'm so glad you noticed that, because so many
Yes.
people don't. Like, and we've been to restaurants all over, my husband and I, and it's like, oh my God, the lighting is so bad. Why is it so bright in here? And
Yeah.
it's nighttime. Like,
Yes.
and we seriously will drive by places, like, we'll never go in there because it's too bright. But I'm a Libra. I'm a total Libra. And, but my husband and I do design all the restaurants too. So
When's your birthday?
October 3rd. When's yours? Are you a Libra too?
Mine is October 13th, and
Oh my God, my friend's is on the 13th.
My son is October the 1st.
Oh my God, Libras all around. You're on this, aren't you a Scorpio, like on the
oh
cusp?
no,
No?
October 13th. I'm
Okay.
super strong Libra.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about like October 23rd.
Okay.
Oh no, but yeah, I'm really glad that you brought that up too. As far as the decorations and the plants and everything, because like I said, it really is nice. It's very nice. We went to Diego's on a Saturday afternoon,
Yes.
or was it free? No, we went to Frida's on the Saturday afternoon.
Frida's, and
We went to
then
Diego's on a Friday
because
evening.
that's when Maurice and
Yeah, we went-
Maury
yeah,
were in town. My
yeah,
son came in town to visit, and his girlfriend, and we went to Diego's. That was I think it was like Thursday evening. Doesn't matter what day of the week. I mean,
Oh, by the
any
way,
day
yeah,
of the week is great.
Let's stop the presses real fast because you guys have very good drinks.
I think I'm buzzed.
They have very good drinks.
Mrs. Mine have some.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
did
yours.
we
I
have-
brought that for
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Because I have tequila in here and this drink. I'm like, oh my God, it's this coconut water.
Yeah, you
Well,
wanna,
while she's sipping on that really quick, I just want to let everybody know what we are drinking today. This is a coconut margarita.
It's so
I'm
good.
sorry, coconut lime margarita. I need to have a clear glass so everybody can see, but I've already poured it in here. But it's
Yeah.
1800 coconut tequila, coconut water, lime juice, and orange liqueur. So that is the recipe. Again,
Delish.
once again, 1800 coconut tequila, lime juice, coconut water, and orange liqueur.
and that's our drink of the day.
Yes. Hopefully you enjoy it because I know you did
It's
say
so
you're-
good. I'm going
Yeah.
to put it in here.
Yeah. And you were saying earlier about being certified.
Yeah, so I call it my little baby tequila certification with the CRT, the governing agency of tequila in Mexico. So I'm certified in tequila. Yeah.
What do I need to do to be certified?
I mean, you
Tequila?
can just look it up. Yeah.
Really?
It's like
Do you
an
have to be a
8-hour
restaurant
class.
owner? You
No,
don't?
no.
Oh, okay.
8-hour class. You learn everything about it. So we bought our own barrel when we were at Patron. Patron is actually one of the, and I know a lot of people don't like Patron. I was one of those people, and then I learned about the brand, and I really, really like it and respect it. But we went to the Hacienda in Mexico, and we ended up buying our own barrel.
Nice.
Yeah. It was.
I felt the same way about Patron. I feel like it gives me a headache sometimes. So I kind of steer clear of drinking it. But I definitely haven't had this particular brand. So I am going to try it.
Yeah, and you can't unless you're like eating or dining at one of our restaurants. So it's aged 11 months. It is a reposado, aged in old whiskey barrels. And yeah, my husband and I sampled a ton, and we both selected the same barrel, which is like crazy because we were like going over notes. We're like, oh my God, we selected the same barrel. We have to buy it.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah, we're almost done with this barrel. So probably next year we'll buy another barrel.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
That's
excited.
Great.
Yeah.
That is so great. Yeah, certification in tequila.
Yeah.
I
I'm going
mean-
to definitely research that.
Yeah, with the CRT. It's crazy. Like there's so many levels of
Yeah.
certification that a tequila company has to go through to sell its tequila.
Oh wow. I
Yeah,
never
and they're
knew
a
that.
single source tequila company, Patron is. So a lot of places will have their agave sent to a distillery to have it done, but Patron does it themselves.
Oh,
And they're
wow.
really good to their people. They are really good to their people. And yeah, I mean, it's a really
I just looked it up on
great
my phone.
place.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
do some research.
So what you got in the bag right here?
We have popcorn chicken and burnt ends.
Love those.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love the
Love
burnt
those.
ends. I
Right.
haven't tried the popcorn chicken, but the burnt ends are delicious.
Yeah, those are both made from our house-made meat. So
nice.
different process on both of them, but
Oh no, you had the popcorn
House-made.
chicken.
I did?
did you have the sampler platter? It's on
No,
the
we
sampler.
got like 4 different appetizers. We had burnt ends. We had the popcorn chicken.
Nachos, The shrimp.
Um,
Oh, the shrimp.
Yes.
yeah, we
Yes,
had
they're
those too.
fantastic.
That shrimp is unbelievable.
I know.
Yes, it
It's-
was.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's-
Now, are you making that shrimp? Are you getting it from somewhere?
We get it from somewhere, but we batter it.
Mm-hmm.
Batter in panko and put it in panko. Yeah. So that's all us.
If anyone who doesn't believe that you can have vegan shrimp, try that
It
po' boy.
it doesn't even
Yes.
taste vegan. I mean,
It doesn't.
because I brought it to the other restaurant. They were like, "Oh my god, this is really good shrimp." Blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And I'm like, "It's vegan." No, it's not.
I know you have
Yeah.
a flex menu, so when I first tried it, I was like, this must be real shrimp.
Right?
This can't be plant-based shrimp. With your house-made meat, I know you can't give away too many details, but is it made out of mushrooms or can
No,
you
no,
give
but
out this-
mushroom is all the new rage in
Uh-huh.
cognac flour. No, so some of our meats, our main meat is made with gluten.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, it's not gluten free yet. It's gluten, jackfruit, and chickpea,
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
and
Alright.
it's about 36 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's a 1.5 day process.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I make
a
my
lot.
own seitan.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with the gluten. And like you said, it is kind of like a trend right now. Well, it's been a trend probably for the last 10 years, and I don't really understand the whole gluten-free thing because it's really supposed to be for people with like celiac disease that they can't have gluten, but everybody's taking on this trend. So
Yeah, my husband doesn't eat gluten.
Okay.
He has a gluten sensitivity,
see,
not
yeah,
an
now
allergy.
that makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah, but
So-
if you don't have it, I know people that don't have that sensitivity and they're still like, oh, I have to eat.
Oh, I
gluten-free.
know. And it's a lot of sugar.
Yeah,
So you have to
yeah,
watch out because
yeah.
it's like a lot of tapioca and,
Yeah.
different starches.
Well, ladies, we are joined by another guest that we have today. This is plant-based tea.
Tay, plant-based Tay, how are
Plant-based
you?
Tay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hello.
This is my wife, the Curly Vegan, and this is our special guest as well, Chef Natasha Quan from Station 3 Gastropub.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Now, Miss Harold,
right.
is that Harold or Harrell?
Harrell.
Harrell. She
Yep.
she shares recipes that on YouTube, and she also has a nice cookbook.
Ooh.
Very nice.
You want to go into a little bit about your background?
Yep. So I am 31 years old. I am a plant-based private chef and content creator. And I started my plant-based journey about 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. What made you decide to go on YouTube?
Simply because I know that when I would upload like smaller recipes to my Instagram page, I would notice a lot of people saying like, okay, but what temperature to put the pan on, or how did you get the cheese to do that, or how did you make it creamy? And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to put out the longer form content for the people who want like a little more detail.
Okay, that is so great. How's the response been? Either from family or friends or both?
I have a lot of family and friends who don't necessarily want to fully become plant-based, but they have started incorporating certain things into their diet that helps out with that. And then if I cook it, as long as I cook it, they're going to eat it. They don't care if it's plant-based, regular, whatever. If I cook it, they're going to eat it because they have a rapport with my food to know that it's going to come out good every single time.
Oh, that's so great. Now, is it anything that you would like want to ask Miss Quan with her being a restaurant owner? And you guys are both chefs.
Hi, chef.
Hi, chef.
That's what I'm saying. Any kind of ideas you want to throw off back and forth?
What is one of your favorite recipes to make in your restaurant?
I make a lot of soups from scratch. I've been making them since college, and I love soup. I love it.
Yes.
I love it, love it, love it. What's yours?
Probably tacos.
Oh, tacos. Yay.
Yes, tacos was one of my first recipes that I got down packed to the point where I'm like, okay, I can do this vegan thing. If I get the tacos right, everything else will fall into place.
I love it.
Now, go ahead.
Oh, I want to ask you about your cookbook. I know this is probably a question for you, but how did you do that? I've been wanting to do my own, but I don't have time right now, or maybe ever.
So it is very tedious. Right now, I have out miniature cookbooks. So like I call them party packs. So like you can follow the links in my bio, and it'll be like 5 or 6 recipes at a time. My larger cookbook, that's going to have almost 100 recipes in it.
Wow.
That is steep because what I did first was mapped out my cookbook, pretty much designed it, did the table of contents, and now I'm on a part where I'm writing out every single recipe. So I still got about like 30 more recipes to fully write. And then after that, I'll turn my content into photo shoots as well for the pictures in the book. So it's very, very tedious, very time constraining. It's just take it step by step, piece by piece.
Yeah, I understand. I understand completely. Any kind of advice you want to give her, on sticking with that, or?
No, she seems like she's on the right path. Love it, love it. We need more of you.
Right.
Young vegan chefs, yeah.
Yeah, someone I know is looking for an executive sous chef.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, I'm more of like, I preferably like to do the private events, because I feel like you have a little more control when you cook the food in smaller batches and you're cooking it yourself, so you know it's going to come out right every time. But I have worked with restaurants in curating vegan menus for them. I've done a restaurant in Mexico at a resort. I've also done a restaurant in California. I helped them to curate vegan options into their regular menus.
Oh, wow.
So I work with restaurants that serve both communities, and I kind of help them with cross-contamination, how to communicate to the vegan community so that they trust you enough to eat at a restaurant that serves regular food as well. Mm-hmm. And then I train their staff on how to, first of all, what is vegan food and how to prepare it to where you still get the right textures and flavors.
Fantastic.
Yeah, because I noticed that on your channel, you go into detail a lot about how to maintain flavor, or I was looking at, I forgot the title of it, but I know you were saying like you had a bunch of Old Bay and seafood flavoring, and you were adding a little extra water to it just so it wouldn't be overpowering.
Yep. So I don't typically cook with salt. I like to use vegan broths, vegan bouillons, because that gives us that depth of flavor and that umami that we miss when you become vegan. Sometimes vegan food can fall a little flat. So when I use things like soy sauce or vegan bouillons, I do like to dilute that with the water, being that those are very concentrated, salty flavors.
Okay, that is so great. Before we go, I do want to give a big shout out to Miss Quan, Natasha Quan. She had to leave. Going into it today, everyone. She had something that somewhere she had to be, and she just graced us with her appearance for 35-40 minutes. So we want to thank her for coming by, and
giving us this tequila as well.
Right. Yeah, you know the name of our show is Tequila and Tofu. So we were wondering, do you have anything you might want to drink?
Right this second, I'm doing a cleanse, so I'm drinking water for now. I'm doing a 7-day cleanse, so I still have like 3 days left. So I've been chugging down a gallon of water just about a day.
How just to expound on that some, because you have people who want to try cleansing or cleanses, but sometimes they get discouraged, or some people get discouraged before they even start, just by thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. It's too much time consuming, blah blah blah, whatever excuses they may come up with. Can you expound on how that has been going, or how you're feeling from the beginning?
So I typically try to cleanse like every 3 to 4 months. I'll do like a full-blown 30-day cleanse. The stresses of life lately, though, I did this quick 7-day one to kind of like reboot my system, because I've noticed that like I've been a little more stressed out lately. But what I will say about cleanses is, before you do a cleanse, as long as your doctor says it's safe for you to do it, there's literally nothing to worry about with the cleanse. Most cleanses, the cleaner you eat, the more pleasant they'll be. The more water you drink, the more pleasant they'll be. So you really don't have to so worry about much discomfort during a cleanse, as long as you're eating properly and hydrating properly. It should be a very smooth process, especially if you're hydrating properly.
That's great. That is so great. One question I wanted to ask you now: are you from Chicago?
Nope, I am from Detroit.
Oh, you're from Detroit. Okay.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, that's great. You ever been to Canada?
Yep.
Nah,
Last time I was in Canada, I went to jail, so I ain't been back in a minute. So
oh,
they strict over there. I was like,
Well, you want to go into
I
that?
was gonna say, let's elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, apparently, I don't know what type of technology Canada got at that bridge right now, but I went over there with my cousin for her coworker's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's already we two black women dressed in Bollywood style clothing because we were going to a Indian wedding. So they're already looking at us like we crazy. Then they somehow sensed an old taser in the car. Like the taser didn't even work. She didn't even know it was in there. So they stopped us. They found the taser. They set us in jail while they had a dog go through the rest of her car. So yeah, we probably sat there for like a good 3 hours, had to pay to get out.
Damn.
And they was like, well, yeah, you guys have fun at the wedding. We like, we're not going to the wedding. We going home.
Oh
We're
my
not going to come up here no more.
I mean, I
Wow.
got detained at that same border, but I didn't go to jail. I'm not.
They put us in a cell. I ain't have on no shoes. They asked me if my hair come off. I'm like, oh, y'all tripping.
Wow.
They asked you if your hair came off.
'Cause
Yes.
when you
They're
go-
like, yeah, sometimes the hair comes off. They whispering to each other.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Man, that's a wild story. That's wilder than my border story. No, the only reason I asked that because I met a guy I worked with the other day who happened to be from Detroit and said he had never been to Canada. So I'm like, man, how could you never go? It's right through the tunnel. But
Good luck.
have you ever thought about having your own restaurant?
Honestly, not really. I worked in a lot of restaurants as my jobs growing up. Like when I was younger, my first few jobs were in restaurants. I've also built multiple businesses like outside of cooking, so I know what goes into running a business, and I just don't feel like a restaurant is up my alley right now. Like I'm at a phase where I'm trying to work smarter, not harder. I've been busting out business since 2017. Auntie Todd. I just want to do what I love, have fun doing it. And if it make me some money, good. If it don't, hey, I want to live a life of leisure.
I understand. Doing something you love, that's the greatest thing in the world. How old were you when you started your plant-based journey?
If I'm 31 now, I was 26? This is back in 2019. Yep, mid to late 2019, early 2020. And it took me about a full year to fully transition my diet because I wasn't one of those people who was just gonna wake up and decide to be vegan. Like I started replacing one thing on my plate at a time, and then one meal at a time, and then one day at a time. I had to work my way up because I was a greedy girl.
Well, you said a meat girl?
A greedy girl. I used to
greedy.
cook. Even before I was vegan, like I was cooking on Instagram even before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just love cooking.
What was the decision that made you want to become vegan?
So I've always suffered with asthma.
Okay.
But then I went through something really, really stressful back in 2018, and I ended up developing psoriasis as a result. And the dermatologist was like, well, this isn't exactly curable, but we can give you this cream. So they give me this steroid cream. I end up allergic to it. My lips are huge. They rashy. And I'm like, if this is supposed to help with rashes, why am I breaking out as an allergic reaction? So I started looking up natural remedies, and somehow I came across Dr. Sabi and this whole alkaline stuff and this cleanse your body, everything's curable. So I kind of fed into that. I'm like, it can't hurt. It's worth a try.
Yes.
Gave it a try. My asthma was gone within 7 days of my first cleanse, and the psoriasis was gone within 60 days. I had a issue with sweating also. That was gone within 60 days. Everything within 60 days was gone.
Yes. Now,
You gotta give some applause for that. I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you ask this question in 1 second. Can you go right back to that first comment? You said your asthma was basically cured.
7 days. I haven't touched that stuff. I still got the medicine from whatever year that was in my cabinet. I have not touched that stuff. 7 days. I woke up breathing like I ain't ever breathed before.
And how long had you been dealing with asthma?
All my life.
That deserves another applause.
Right.
Whatever age, I feel like whatever age is the youngest that they start calling it asthma, because they called it something else until I reached a certain age, and then they called it asthma. But I'm sure it was before I even started kindergarten. I've dealt with it all my life.
Now, what do you feel like now that you're fully vegan? You did say it took a while to transition. You didn't go cold turkey, which is good because sometimes I went cold turkey, but
good for you.
but it was after I watched this documentary on Netflix called Forks Over Knives. But I had been suffering with some health issues, and I was only in my 30s at the time. But for me, when I went cold turkey, the thing that I really missed about being vegan is cheese. What about you?
The only thing I miss is chicken. I'm not gonna lie. That's the only thing I miss. My body has never really fully agreed with dairy. I was always in and out of the urgent care because I had a tummy ache. Come to find out, it was really because I was eating cheese and having bowls of cereal. So my body never really agreed with dairy. But that chicken, some days I still catch myself craving it. And I'll be like, okay, it's time for a cleanse. If my body is craving anything, it's time for a cleanse. But chicken, I don't know if that's in my DNA. Because we love our chicken or what. But that's the only thing I ever miss.
Yeah, I think cheese and salmon for me. And I've learned how to make cheese to where I don't miss it anymore. But unfortunately, there's no plant-based salmon out there. But for you,
there is a plant-based salmon. I have I didn't post the video yet, but there is a company who makes a plant-based salmon. You have to eat it the same day. I'm gonna go through my phone and figure out which one it is, and I can send it to you.
Oh, good.
You have to eat it the same day. The texture is not as flaky as salmon, but the flavor. I was a bit turned off because I'm like,
wait a minute, is this real? Is this plant-based?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna send it to you when we get off of here. I can send it to you. But there is a plant-based salmon out there. And it's so funny how y'all asked me to prepare a recipe today, and I prepared some vegan salmon croquettes.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Look at
God.
that. Wow.
Just saying.
Yes. Nice.
Show those on the screen again, because we know how our people love salmon croquettes.
We love salmon croquettes.
And
so yeah,
for people who don't, who be
those
wondering.
look delicious.
These are mushroom root based, so mycelium based. And then you prepare them the same way you would a typical salmon croquette: the flour, the baking soda, or the baking powder, the cornmeal, your seasonings. I like a lot of fresh onion in mine, so I cut up a lot of fresh onion in these. But yep, you put them in the pan, flip them after a few minutes.
Oh, you can go ahead and crack one of those open so the people can see.
Just good. I sure can. Let me see.
Now, do you like to do yours dry like that, or with some sauce, or how you?
I like to eat them with hot sauce, so I just eat mine with basic Frank's Red Hot. Sometimes when I make these for clients, I make like a creamy Cajun sauce. Can y'all see that?
Nice.
Oh yeah, we can see that.
It looks like you use panko.
Nope. I used cornmeal, yellow cornmeal, and flour.
Oh, nice. It's very crusty. It looks
Yep,
good.
Yep. Get that pan hot. That's what I be teaching people on my channel. Get that pan hot.
Yes.
Right.
The food ain't coming out right because that pan ain't warm, baby.
Now, do you find yourself making more of your meals at home? Do you still go out to different vegan spots in Detroit, or what do you? How do you do about that?
So the vegan food scene in Detroit is still catching up. Like, do we have some options? Yeah. Are they better than what I will make at home? No. But if I'm out and I'm hanging and I want to, grab some good food, the easiest way to eat in Detroit is at a vegan festival, which is typically only in the summertime, or to cook at home. I eat the best when I'm in Atlanta. I eat the best when I'm in Miami. I eat the best when I'm in California. Those places, very vegan friendly. Detroit, we still catching up. We're a little behind.
Repeat that again. You said what were the 3 places again?
You said Atlanta.
Miami, Atlanta, and California. Vegas is catching up too, though. Vegas got the fine dining. I like the fine dining in Vegas. But if you're just trying to grab something, Miami, Atlanta, and California.
Now, I I had a couple of days ago looked up a couple of different restaurants in the Detroit area.
Hmm.
You let me know if you eating at some of these places like Detroit Vegan Soul,
Yep, I ate there years ago. They're pretty good.
Unburger.
Yes, I like Umburger. I do like Umburger, but Umburger is like junk food, you know?
Oh,
So
okay.
like,
In moderation.
yeah, moderation.
Yes.
But their food is really good. They've revamped their menu a couple times over the years. And this newer menu that they have now, like I don't know who's from Detroit watching this, but if you ain't had Umburger in at least a year, go back. Go back. Is way, way better.
And Duke Donuts.
Duke Donuts. Oh, Duped. Yes,
Oh,
I like Duped.
yeah, because I like
Yes.
vegan donuts.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't have the biggest sweet tooth though since being vegan. Like I have to be
Me
like
either.
craving that.
Yeah, I'm the same
But
way.
if I'm craving a sweet and Duped is yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. It's funny you mention that because when I became vegan 10 years ago, my palate changed a lot. Have you experienced that as
Yes.
well? Especially with, you have a cookbook. It's really fun experimenting with different types of seasonings. Do you find
Hmm.
that your palate's really changed a lot?
Yes. I don't crave salt and I
Okay.
don't crave sugar. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
very salt sensitive. I like my meals to taste balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really care for sweets. Like I'll eat some, but not nearly as much as I used to. Like I don't really just crave
Yeah.
sweets that often.
What is your go-to seasoning? Like with all the recipes you have, what is the one seasoning that you feel is consistent amongst all your recipes?
I would say that holy trinity. I would say it would be three: that onion powder, that garlic powder, and that black
Yes.
pepper.
Yes, 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 yes.
That better go in just about everything.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's just like you. She cooks a lot, and she actually voiced the same words that you said as far as I can make this at home, and this I make it better.
No shade.
No, no shade. Yeah, just because you can always customize it the way you want when you make it at
Yeah, and
home.
that's what's fun
Yes.
about food. You make it
Yeah.
how you like to make it, and that's what's also fun about being a private chef. Because let's be real, I didn't cook for people, and they be like, "This need more salt," or
Yeah.
"I don't really like mushrooms. Make it with something else." Like
Yeah.
people gonna tell you, especially black people. You cooking for black people, they gonna be like, "Make it like this."
Yeah, one thing that you had stated earlier, I wanted to ask you about. How did you get into the corporate sector as far as when you were saying how you were help? What was it again? I'm so sorry, I messed it up.
Oh, helping menus curate a vegan or helping
Right,
restaurants
right,
curate a vegan menu.
right.
I got into that from a regular chef. So he had a well, he still has the company. He has a company, Platinum Private Chefs, and he typically will go into restaurants and help them curate the menus. He didn't know much about vegan food, so I met him through a mutual friend, and he kind of just brought me on as his vegan chef to do the vegan jobs.
Okay, that's great. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what curating a menu means, you want to expound on that?
Okay, so you have restaurants who serve regular food, but they want to expand more times than not. It's a restaurant who sells regular food, but they want to expand their audience. They'll hire someone like me to come in. I'll study their menu. I'll give them 5, 10, 15, 20 recipes. You can hire me for a certain package. And I will write you and create recipes for you based off of the je ne sais quoi of your restaurant. And I'll also train your staff on how to keep the food separate, how to prepare the food, what is considered vegan and what's not. Because you have some restaurants that are like, oh, this is vegan, but it has dairy in it or it has
Right,
eggs in it.
right.
So I'll make sure the staff is clear as to what plant-based meals and ingredients mean. And then I'll show them how to, talk to their audience to get the vegans to trust them to eat there.
Oh, that's so wonderful. That's wonderful. I wanted to get to a segment that we have on our show where we try to let people know about different events that are going on, whether it be local here in St. Louis or nationwide. And it actually speaks to something that you just said a couple of minutes ago in reference to the vegan food scene in Detroit, and how you said it has to be some kind of fest or something going on for the most part. I mean, even though you do have your different restaurants, but just to speak on that right quick, we have a couple of different events that we wanted to let people know about. One I wanted to say is the St. Louis Vegan Market. They're gonna have they've been having them once a month since the spring. The last one for this year is going to be September 14th. This coming Saturday, 3901 Forest Park Avenue. Then there's going to be the St. Louis Veg Fest,
Okay.
which is on October the 6th. And that's going to be at the World's Fair Pavilion in Forest Park. Then there are a couple more that we're going to let people know about. These are nationwide. The Curly Vegan's going to let you guys know.
So there is one coming up in California in October.
That's Vegandale.
Vegan. I don't have the dates because
That's
I didn't have time to Google
October
it.
the 12th.
We actually went to that one in Chicago. What was that in
That was
June?
June 22nd. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually 2 days in Chicago with a concert.
Yeah. It was Saturday and Sunday.
But in California, it's only going to be 1 day for anyone on the road on vacation or
What
anything.
city?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Okay.
There's also the Anchorage Veg Fest. This is in 2 weeks. Yes, we do have vegans in Alaska. If anyone didn't know, not
They're
just
all over the
That's
world.
wild.
not Eskimos, but the Anchorage Veg Fest is Sunday, September 22nd, from 10 to 4 at the Alaska Center for Performing Arts, 621 West 6th Avenue in Anchorage, Alaska. This is the Anchorage Veg Fest. There's also
That's funny because how do they grow their vegetables in Alaska? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's a good question.
The
Go ahead.
Native Foods Cafe in Chicago. They're going to have their Taste of Senegal. Native Foods Cafe in Chicago, and that Taste of Senegal is Sunday, September 29th from 12 to 6. And that's at 218 South Clark Street in Chicago. Native Eats Cafe. And the last one that we're going to let people know about is the Vegan Block Party in Orlando. Vegan Block Party official. The Vegan Block Party is let me get the correct date. I'm on their website right now. And looks like September 14th, 1 week from Saturday of this week.
Yeah, I was gonna
Saturday
say
of this week.
that's coming up.
Yeah, they got a long list of vendors that are going to be there. Naturally, the weather's going to be great. They're going to have a bar and free water. But if anyone is going to be in the Orlando area or the Anchorage area, Los Angeles, St. Louis, these are vegan events that you can go to and have a great time, eat some great food, or you can go to Detroit and meet Miss Harrell. And you get her cookbook, and she can put you on some nice restaurants to go to as well. And naturally, us as the road tripping vegans, we're always trying to go around trying to find new and exciting places to eat, people to talk to about being plant-based, the joys of being plant-based, which is today's episode, the joys of being plant-based. A lot of the information that you gave us today has been extremely helpful, not only just for us, but for people who are just tuning in and not knowing the joys and the advantages that you can have with a plant-based lifestyle, as far as the effects that it can have on your health. That's
Mental health, physical health is insane.
correct. And with being someone at such a young age to have that mental wherewithal to both our guests today, even though Natasha started at 9 years old, and you and at the age that you're at now, because I always tell people with my age, with me being almost 53, I wish I would have started when I was 30 years old being plant based. I've only been plant based since the beginning of the year. She's been plant based for 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and just the effects that you see that you see it has on your life and your health. I just wish I would have started when I was your age.
It's all right. It's never too late.
Right.
It's never too late. I have a client that I go see every single month, and she's in her late 60s, and she and her friends and her sisters and a couple of her nieces, they have me come through every single month, show them a new recipe, give them some knowledge on, the benefits of the recipe, and they starting where they start. And so it's never too late.
That's
And it's
great.
never too early.
Right. Yeah, I like that. When you say you give them the positive, the benefits of what it will do for their life. Well, now, have any of these ladies told you about any health issues they may have been experiencing or having?
Yep. A lot of them say that they have issues with their blood sugar, their blood pressure, their digestion. And I'm like, that's all diet. Like, you could solve that in 2 weeks if you want to.
Exactly.
Like, that's easy.
Yes, just like you said with your asthma in 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah. When I first became vegan, I was having chest pains. I had high cholesterol, and I was probably like 38 years old. And the doctor said, we're going to put you on medication. And I don't want my life to be defined by medication. I don't want to have to be under the slave of having to take a pill every day. So when I watched that documentary, Forks Over Knives, I was already vegetarian at the time. So it wasn't that hard to transition over, because I had been vegetarian for like 10 years, probably around the age when you went vegan. But I was still eating dairy and fish, and dairy's been linked to a lot of health issues as well. But when I became, like I said, when I watched that documentary, that's all I needed to just go ahead and do that full transition. And the chest pains, the high cholesterol, when I went back and they did the blood work at the doctor, they were like, you're the healthiest person I've ever seen. Like, they were like,
Wow,
you're great. And it's so great and satisfying to know that you can be in control of your own destiny as far as your health. And just to have it celebrated when, you go to the doctor. So this is a great transition about being plant-based and how you're never too young to be plant-based. We have our grandson right here. This is Arian. He is 2 years old, and he has been visiting us from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm sorry, from Kansas City. We're in St. Louis, from Kansas City, and we started him on plant-based as soon as he came to our home, because we don't have anything at home that's
Same.
plant-based. Yeah. So for those that have little children, you're wondering, like, how can you teach a child to eat plant-based? It's really easy. Like, we give them almond milk.
If the food is good,
Yeah,
they'll eat
he
it.
likes
They don't
bananas.
care what it
He
is.
loves fruits. He loves green beans.
Yep.
He's currently loving this popcorn chicken that's made from seitan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone can see him on camera, this is Big Boy.
I'm
If it's good, they will eat it. Because my daughter, she just turned 10 last month or in July. And she's never been big on meat. So that's what kind of helped me out a little bit.
Yeah.
And most of her meals, whether she knows it or not, are vegan meals. And if not, they're vegetarian. I don't buy no meat. I ain't cooking that over here.
Yes.
When you go to your daddy house, maybe, I don't know, but it ain't none over here, and she's fine.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned your 10-year-old daughter. Do you feel like because she has a vegan/vegetarian diet, it's helping her just in her social life, helping her with school, retaining information, just her overall like happiness, her energy, positivity, all those great attributes? Do you feel like her being on that vegan diet is helping all that?
Literally, she is so energetic, so positive, very happy. She's a clear thinker. Like, I love that she thinks for herself. She's so logical. So logical. Her test scores are between 97th and 99th percentile. She's regular. If she feel like she getting sick, she'll let me know, like, hey, like she's really in tune with her body. So she'll say, hey, I'm feeling kind of weird, my throat feeling funny, or something wrong with my head, or something wrong with my tummy. So that way I can go ahead and pump her with the herbs to knock whatever out. She's never been sick for more than a day.
Nice.
She's very, very, very in tune.
Nice. Now, does she help you cook?
Yes, she does. She loves cooking. She does.
She's
She
a
loves
good
to help
chef.
me make stuff like fried rice. She loves baking.
Okay.
Um, she'll get on the stove and make a couple things herself. She does like to help me cook soups.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, and she loved helping me on that blender.
Oh yeah, that blender's fun.
Smoothies and stuff like that. Anything that need to go in the blender or the food processor, she loved that stuff.
What's her favorite meal? Vegan meal.
Cheese, mac and cheese,
Okay. All right.
mac and
Nice. I
cheese.
would love
She loves
to see the
tacos
recipe.
too. The only thing with the tacos is she don't know that's vegan. The mac and cheese, she knows it's vegan. The tacos, she does not know. I'm not telling her.
Well, she better not watch this episode then. She gonna know
Listen,
then.
I ain't telling her.
For anyone watching online, right now my grandson Big Boy is currently eating some burnt ends made from seitan and some
Really? Where is
sauteed.
that from?
The restaurant that we had on earlier, Station 3 St. Louis, they got burnt ends and popcorn chicken made from seitan.
He just said yummy. If you guys couldn't catch that with the microphone, he did say yummy.
And this is a 2-year-old child who happens to be kind of big. That's why his name is Big Boy.
But he's big and healthy.
So cute.
Say hi.
So cute.
So last question. I don't know. Are we going for an hour or?
Oh, we fine.
Okay. So you seem to have, great success so far with your cookbook and your YouTube channel. Do you feel like you've achieved your goal, or do you have more things in mind as far as what you want to? I know you don't want to do the restaurant, but is there anything that you have that you feel is a goal that you want to accomplish as far as the veganism aspect?
As of right now, what I'm actively working on is the content and the recipes.
Okay.
So granted, I have gained a little success with that. I will prefer that be a little bit more successful. But I probably got about 16 to 20 little notes in my phone of stuff that y'all will have to stay tuned to see, because the ideas
Nice.
will be rolling.
Yes. And since you're in this social media platform, it's probably going to be ideas that's always coming to you. So it's good to just always bookmark it and come back to it when it's the right time.
Exactly.
Yeah, to feed into it. I don't have any more questions. Do you?
No, we gonna let you go for the day. I'm so glad you came by and blessed us with your presence today.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This was really fun.
Oh, thank you so much again. And tell your daughter we said hello, and we look forward to that cookbook. Looking at the cookbook, the recipe for the salmon croquettes. And then don't forget to send us the information for the plant-based salmon as well.
Yes, let me put that in my notes because I will forget. And too, if y'all ever in Detroit, I will definitely show y'all around, because like I said, the food here, the vegan food here is good, but you gotta know what to order. You don't want to just walk in there everywhere ordering everything. So if y'all ever here, I can show y'all around and show y'all what exactly to order. Because there's been times where I will go to a restaurant and if I don't like it, I don't even post it or review it, and I be feeling bad, like, oh my goodness. But it's options here. You just gotta know who to get it from, what to order off certain menus. And Detroit gonna catch up. We gonna catch up.
Okay.
Because I'm ready to move.
We'll take you up on that offer, and maybe we'll take a trip to Canada this time without the stress of being locked up, right?
Don't get a rental car just in case. Y'all got time. Y'all finding stuff from 10 years ago.
Maybe they have some vegan restaurants in Canada too.
They do. Know. They have a lot over there that I want to try.
That would be fun. All right. Well, thank you again so much for joining us today. You have a blessed
day. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. You have a good day.
Bye.
You too. Thank you.
I don't know how to end it. Oh, okay. Well, thanks again for Plant-Based Tay. Natasha Quan from Station 3 Gastropub. And we want to give a big shout out to Big shout out to our producers here, Justin Kick It, making sure things go smooth. But once again, Tequila and Tofu, the joys of plant-based living was today's episode. Sometimes, as we've realized in our adult lives, we kind of think too much about what we may want to eat when it comes to being plant-based or vegan. Sometimes, like we trying to show today, you have to go into it with a childlike innocence, not worrying about what you think about vegan food or plant-based food from an adult's perspective. You have to go into it completely innocent. No misconceptions or preconceived notions, I should say, in your head, like Big Boy. And you can enjoy some great eating, right?
Yes.
Anyway, Big Boy don't feel like talking right now. But,
He's ready for some more popcorn
you
chicken.
want some more popcorn chicken or some burnt ends?
He likes it both. Yes.
Is it yummy?
And just to speak on, it's been maybe 6 days since he's been with us, and he's been having a plant-based diet. We can already see the difference in 6 days in just his development, his mood, and his sleeping patterns. And he's more curious. He's talking more. We're trying to potty train him right now, but his cognitive skills are shining through. And he doesn't reject anything. He loves vegetables. His favorite, I feel like, is green beans, but we have to explore and give him more vegetables. But he doesn't turn his nose up to anything that we give him. So.
And that's for any parent, grandparent, or young parent. You know, when you have your grandkids come over or nieces, nephews, you don't have to automatically think they're not going to eat plant-based.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to think that you got to get them the stereotypical things that people are used to just doing with and for their kids, like taking them to McDonald's or things like that sort. Yeah. Kids will eat whatever you give them as long as it tastes good.
Just remember to make sure they don't have any allergies to nuts, because vegan diet is sometimes, nut-based as well.
And remember, this little boy is 2 years old, and this is the plant-based baby.
Yes.
He's going to be.
Yes.
Anything you want to say, Big Boy, before we go? No, he ain't got nothing to say. We want to thank everybody once again who showed up for us today and online. Keep looking out and checking for us. I'm sorry, redblackandvegan.com, the Road Tripping Vegans, redblackandvegan.com travel services. We are here for you in whatever capacity you may need. If anyone has a restaurant that they want us to check out or know about and we haven't seen it or anything, wherever you may be at, send us a message, let us know, an email. We definitely will be trying to get by there and do a review on them. Just remember, as we always state as well, have you had your plants today? And we're going to be signing off. This is the Road Tripping Vegans. I'm the Hip Hop Vegan, and this is the Curly Vegan.
Thank you for tuning in today, Tequila and Tofu, and we'll be back in a couple weeks.
Definitely we will be back. And we will be back with Terra Tacos coming through to bless us with their appearance. Until then, you guys have a great time. We are out of here.